All right, everybody, we welcome to this evening's weekly chat in preparation for November 15th, 2025, for our event in Wakefield, Massachusetts. And we have Val Moody, who's going to give some great techniques and pointers on how to get more people to that event. And Val, welcome. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you. I'm excited to be with you guys. Very, very excited about the event coming up. For those of you that don't know me, I'll quickly tell you my story. I found Relive when I was 28 years old. I'm now 58, so 30 years ago. And a friend of mine told me that she had something that would help with my blood sugar. I didn't believe her. I made fun of her a few times, canceled lunch on her 5 times. But then she told me she had a friend that was a single mom, and within 11 months, that single mom was making $8,000 a month. I said, "Oh, when are we going to lunch?" And met with them. They told me about the business. I still was very skeptical. I didn't think this stuff would work. In fact, I told my friend, "Don't bother cashing my check. This isn't going to work." And to my surprise, within 3 days, my blood sugar leveled out. That was, as I mentioned, 30 years ago. During that time, I've had 3 children. That's probably my favorite result is my kids are 25, 23, and 21. Never had any issues with my blood sugar during my pregnancies. All 3 of those pregnancies, I was back in my genes within 2 weeks. But the initial results I saw 30 years ago were the blood sugar. I've had arthritis pain in my knee since I was a teenager, 2 knee surgeries. I was a gymnast as a kid, but not very good. That pain doesn't bother me. In fact, at age 58, I feel better than I did in my 20s. I think I mentioned that I just spent a whole day at an amusement park with my 23-year-old daughter, went on all the rides, all the twists, turns, heights, all that. But I started in the business very part-time because that's the only time I had, because I was a project manager for Home Depot. I worked 40, 50, well, 60, 70 hours a week, traveled. On top of that, I was in a different state every day, and very tired. Oh, that would be my son. Um, he'll find his father. But anyway, so very busy, traveling all the time, would wake up in the morning, didn't know where I was miserable. But I started very part-time, and within 3 months, I quit my job. And I had not replaced my income, but I saw the potential. And it only took me 5 months working from home to replace the income. It had taken me 6 years to reach at Home Depot. And qualified for a cruise within the first 6 months, went on another cruise 2 years into the business. And that cruise, the business changed my life, but the cruise also did. I was single. There was a single guy. At the time I went on the cruise, I lived in California, a mile from the beach in Del Mar, California. Went on that cruise, though, and there was a guy from Chicago. We decided we liked each other. That was 26 years ago. And I moved to Chicago. The life that Tom and I have had is absolutely amazing. Those kids that I talked about, we raised them together. We were both there when they went to school. We were both there when they came home. Tom coached the kids in basketball. I coached our girls in volleyball, very involved. In fact, just riding the hour from the amusement park with my 23-year-old daughter. We talked about where they grew up and how they grew up. And, she thanked me for, always being there. Just priceless. We've traveled Rome, Jamaica, Los Cabos, so much travel, and just, now we're empty nesters. And I decided that when our youngest went to college, she went to school in Denver, and I didn't want to be in the cold anymore. So we moved to Las Vegas. We spend our summers in Chicago, but our son just got married in Cleveland. So we're here in Cleveland renovating a property as an Airbnb. Relive has given us the financial freedom, but also the time freedom to do those things and to be with our family. Oh, here they are. Tom's coming in now oh, you might want to hold on to her. Tom's coming in now with our daughter, her friend Taylor, and 3 pups. Hi, baby. All right, this is Winnie. So anyway, that is my story. But the reason I'm on here tonight is to give you a few quick lessons on how to prep, how to use social media to reach people. But and possibly take a few questions at the end. But I will tell you that, for us, we've been involved in the business so long that, pretty much you know, everybody we know knows what we do. But at the same time, people have been skeptical, you know, and so social media is a way to add credibility and, you know, just kind of reiterate your story. Um, some ways that I've used it is the first advice I will give you is don't post every single post about your business or about nutrition, or, you know, people are interested in you because you're you. That's why you have the friend. Oh, hi, Liddy. That's why you have the friend connections that you have. Um, so every post can't be about your business and nutrition, or, you know, your posts need to be about you, what you would normally post. Every so often though, sprinkle in, you know, a great story, you know, a great business story. You're looking for business builders, so I would focus more on business, and then on the products, the health stories. With Relive Fit, that gives you a great way. I mean, we have so many great before and after stories now. And always what I do is when I'm on GoPD or in the Live Fit Facebook group, if I see a story somebody's posted, like, you know, a not, oh, stop it. Hey, this isn't going to be a good idea for her to be able to look outside. If I see a story that is, that's Abby, um, where somebody has said, you know, like a non-weight win, a non-scale win, you know, you know, somebody was able to wear their wedding rings where they couldn't wear their wedding rings before because, you know, their weight had prevented that. Or stories where, like, you see a post where Tom and I are, you know, doing something with our family because the business has allowed us to do that. I always ask, you know, I'll ask that person, hey, is it okay if I share this on my profile and, you know, and show people other than my stories? So that's a way to do that, is get people's permission to repost something, to share something on your profile that you think people that you're friends with would resonate with. Do other little fun challenge things. Something that I did a year ago that I didn't realize it would make a difference is I did the Relive Fit program. I was actually posting, and this was a daily thing. I would take a screenshot of the app from the scale. That app, if you've done the Relive Fit program, you know that scale tells you everything. I mean, your weight, your all the data. So I was doing that, just looking at the weight, just so people could watch me lose the weight, not realizing that one of the pieces of data is the I think it's the BMI or BMR. At one point, Dr. Ammon explained to me what that was. But anyway, one of my friends that I've known since I was 6 years old, she's a triathlete. I mean, she's in great shape. But what I didn't realize is that as I was posting that data, she was seeing that my BMR, which is basically the rate that you burn calories, for lack of a better term, my BMR was higher than hers as an athlete. She knows that my idea of working out is walking a dog. So that got her attention, something I wasn't even focused on. That got her attention. So she reached out, and she had said that when she started hitting the age for menopause, which is where we're at. By the way, I've never had a hot flash because I've been on this stuff since I was 28 years old. But she said that she was having a hard time keeping her weight down, which in my mind, she didn't need to lose any weight, but for her, she wanted to lose 10 to 15 pounds. So she saw that my BMR was better. So she said, what are you doing? And so she started the program. That was over a year ago. Here's what happens. Not only did she start the program, she put everybody in her family on the nutrition products. She has two boys that have special needs, health wise. They consume the products now. She orders what, 700 to 1,000 a month of Relive products every month, just because I was making some posts. So I'm trying to think if there's anything. There are ads. Ads are very expensive, very tricky. I don't suggest you run ads unless you really know what you're doing. Otherwise, you're going to spend a lot of money and not get good results. The best things you can do are also join groups. If you're not in any Facebook groups, join groups that of stuff that you're interested in. I belong to a couple of groups for French Bulldog owners. I belong to definitely a lot of like home interior design groups, those kinds of things, because you will see, like at one point, somebody in the Frenchie group was saying their dog had allergies. Well, they're known for having little short snouts. So I reached out, and said, hey, this stuff can help your dog with the allergies. You'll see in some of these groups, like some of my interior design groups or mom groups, people looking to make money. Hey, what can you do? Working from home, I don't want to leave my kids. Great opportunities to private, and you can put in the chat, in the comments, hey, I'm going to send you a private message, so they know to look for that private message from you. Sometimes say, hey, here's what I have, so that the whole group sees. Just use your common sense on what is appropriate for that group, because sometimes they don't want you doing stuff like that, but you can always private message somebody. I think that's the majority of the biggest tips that I have for you. Also, when so here's another thing though, when you see somebody like makes a post about they're going through something, again, you can say in the comments, I have something that can help. If you see somebody's, struggling with migraines, or again, looking to make money, you can say, I can help. And then again, decide whether it should be a private message, or you're going to comment in the comments for everybody to see. So I'm going to open it up for questions real quick and see if I might be able to help, if you're struggling with something that that I hadn't thought of.
Val, this is Debbie.
Hey,
One of
Yeah,
the things you and I talked about, I really wanted you to go into. So we have had a lot of people on here that have lost weight. So let's just use Osmani for an example. He's lost 36 pounds in 40 days. And you said he can't, congratulations, right? But he can't, you said post before and after. He can't say before and after, but
no. You can post before and after. You can't advertise before and after.
Oh, okay.
You can by all means post before and after. What I do suggest though, because if your post comes off sounding like an ad,
Yeah.
and you say before and after, I think this is what you want me to hit on, Deb.
Yeah.
And and the words before and after are in there. If it sounds like an ad, they might block that post. But
Okay.
if you post, hey, here's my experience. Here, look at the picture of me from June of 2024, and here I am, 36 pounds less. You can do that, and that won't get flagged. But you definitely cannot advertise before and after.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah, before and afters. Sometimes people are skeptical of the before and after.
Yeah.
That's why I always say, here's my friend. My friend Kathy Casey. I mean, Kathy looks like an entirely different person.
Yeah.
Sometimes, especially nowadays, people are going to assume, oh, that's just AI.
Right.
So that's why it's helpful a lot of times to, share somebody else's post.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Wendy and Buddy, husband and wife, have also lost how much, Wendy, total? You're muted, Wendy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Buddy lost 30 and I lost 15, so 45 in
Okay,
in
Yeah, so
40
we-
days.
Would you
Yeah, we have-
recommend them
actually,
doing it?
We have a pretty good picture, an old picture and a new picture. So, but I was hesitant to post because I heard that, you might get blocked.
So
They won't
Val, what
block
would
you.
you
They
recommend
would
to
just.
them?
I would definitely say, hey, here's what we have coming up. And also kind of tease Boston, but you've got Novi coming up. You've got weekly calls and everything. So I would say, hey, I don't know if you've seen us lately, but here's where we were. Here's where we are now. Let me know if you're interested.
Yeah.
And I always
okay.
say private message me if you're interested, because
Yes.
no one knows how many people are going to private message you then. But if you say comment below if you're interested and no one comments,
Yeah. Yeah.
then you're
Good
kind of
point.
dead in the water there.
Yeah.
Unless you do unless you do another account and that account comments and says, hey, I'd like more information. Because that happens too. Then people
Yeah.
pile on.
Yeah,
I said before, people don't want to be the first, but they don't want to be left out.
FOMO, the fear of missing out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's what you got to create is some kind of FOMO, Wendy, you and Buddy.
Yeah.
You have a large circle because you've been part of the chamber for a million years, and being small business owners in the small town, I mean, a ton of people. So you
Yeah.
and Buddy need to create FOMO. I'd put together some videos, maybe one of you, one of Buddy, and then one of both of you together talking, but keep them sharp and concise.
Do keep things short, because too long, you're going to lose people. The other
Right,
thing
right.
too, is that consistency. My friend Cindy didn't reach out to me till I'd already posted for a week. So 7 posts. Keep consistent. Just because somebody doesn't respond on your first post doesn't mean they're not watching. Doesn't mean they're not talking to other people that have seen your post.
Mhm. And you
So
can go into your Facebook page and you can schedule them. So you can do all your videos ahead of
Mhm.
time. And you might want to put together not just 3 videos. You might want to put together a series of videos. Maybe you guys out taking a walk on a fall day and just saying, these are things that we do to keep ourselves healthy, and then post that. But you can schedule your posts ahead of time. So make a few videos, make some posts, and then schedule something so you have at least 2 posts coming out per week. And they always say post at different times, like post one in the evening, post one early in the morning,
Yeah.
and even
And
possibly one on the weekend.
you'll start to see when people are going to respond to what you're doing.
Yeah.
So you'll start to see, who's responding in the morning or who's responding at night. You'll start to see patterns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that's good advice, Deb, is that, post 2 to 3 times a week about your relive experience,
Mm-hmm.
but also during the week, post other stuff so that it's
I
not
post
just
a meal, that you're eating, like this is breakfast today, or this is dinner tonight, or post you guys eating out in a restaurant and show what you're having. Say, hey, I can even eat out in a restaurant and still stay, within my whatever. So there's a lot of different ways, especially with weight loss, that you can show activity, you can show meals, you can actually do a little video, Wendy, of you chopping up something, maybe make a recipe, and get a recipe out there. The other thing I would be talking about is how you have a doctor that's coaching you. Say, I get a weekly coaching call with my doctor. How many people get that? I mean, that's a huge bonus.
Yeah, Deb, what you might want to do is put together a content suggestion.
Yeah.
And like what you just said, those are great tips, is that
Mhm.
here's some ideas for content. But again, the relive content is only 2 to 3 times a week. The rest of the week, be posting your other stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
think
so
about how you can reach your personal group, like Val said, who think of your audience.
Hey,
Okay,
get back
so
here.
let's say, Wendy, you're going to put something together because you want to say reach out to your chamber audience, business people. So you might make a business post, and that business post could be something like, oh my goodness, I can't believe how much momentum or excitement I have in my business because now Buddy and I've lost a total of 45 pounds.
Yeah.
And if you have specifics, you can make a post that says, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. I just had X number of people join me this week, this month, whatever, on this in my business.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Interested in making money, helping people lose weight, PM me,
Yeah,
private message me.
yeah.
I have a
Yeah,
question.
Anybody else have questions for Val?
Yes,
money.
Val, is the same thing with Instagram and any of the other social media platforms?
Yep. Yes, but also especially with videos, use stories and reels. Stories are the ones that stay for 24 hours at the top of the page. Use those. Reels are fun because you can put it out there, and as long as people are commenting, it's going to keep feeding it. It's going to keep circulating it around. And when you put those out there, you can also get a link. Send that link to some of your friends and ask them to comment. Some other relive distributors. Ask them to comment on your reel, and that'll help keep it going.
Yeah,
Great.
you want to
a
capture
good
the
question.
algorithm if you can.
Yeah, this is very interesting because I kind of shy away from those social media platforms.
Mhm.
I have to get into them now. I know everybody asks me, are you on Instagram? And I'm like, no. So
And if
I
you're
have to
not, just start with one. Are you on
Yeah.
Facebook?
I'm on Facebook, yeah.
Okay, then just
I
start with
just
Facebook. Start with
Yeah.
Facebook until you're comfortable. And you have settings. Like if you create a story, if you create any kind of a post, a story, a reel, you have a setting that you can turn on where it will also put it on your Instagram.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
Bill, it's Kathy. How do you get on a reel? How do you do that?
You
I can
create
show you,
it.
Kath.
Yeah, you create the reel just like you create a post.
Yeah, I can
And
show you how.
say reel and you can go on there or,
Yeah, reel is a video.
right.
Yeah, Deb can show you how to do that.
Okay.
I'll show you how to make one, Kathy. I'll video it for you.
Yeah, it's just as simple as doing a post.
Yeah.
And then Debbie, how to put it on Facebook, a reel? That's what
I've been doing it forever. Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Thanks, Val.
Yeah. Yeah. You're welcome. I want to see, I want you guys to really focus on that this week. We've got a long weekend. I want to see you put some things together, and I want to hear next week what you posted. Maybe we'll share a couple here, but I want to see what you've put together. So, like what I was just saying to Wendy, you might put a couple together this week. If you make them reels, they'll stay on your page. So, then that way, as people are going through your page, they see a couple of them, like definitely Wendy, like a recipe thing, that's a great reel. People love to watch what I eat in a day. Those are like one of the top things on the algorithm, what I eat in a day. So you put that on the, your thing, your subject, what I eat in a day, and then you can show pictures. Okay, so this morning, and maybe you make the lunch and you show them that in the reel, but in the morning, take a picture of what it is. I had 2 eggs and avocado, and then for lunch you make a certain whatever and you show them how you make it, and that becomes your reel for the day, and that stays on your page so that people, as they're looking through, they're like, oh, what I eat in a day, I'm interested, I wonder what Wendy eats in a day.
Yeah, because people are concerned about, am I gonna like the food that I'm eating? If you have not had that spaghetti sauce that Ruth gave the recipe for, it's incredible.
Where do you get that recipe? Because Dr. Rahman told me about it. Huh?
On the face,
On
are
Facebook.
you doing Relive Fit now?
I am, and I did go on the
Okay.
Facebook.
Just go in the Dr. Ammon Relive Fit page
I
and
did.
search spaghetti sauce.
Oh,
The top
gosh.
and,
Okay.
and you'll find it. Yeah, it's so good. I make that even when I'm not doing the program. So
Okay, thanks.
But I'm gonna, as much as I'm loving this time with you guys, Tommy's waiting outside. I got Abby, so I'm gonna have to hop off. I'm so excited about what you're doing. I can't wait to see what happens between now and November in Boston. But don't only focus on Boston. Build every single day, because there's no reason anybody sitting on this call can't have 30, 40 people with you, maybe 50 with you personally in Boston.
They just got to
The
do the
Boston
work.
thing.
Thanks, Val.
Thank you very much,
All
Val.
right, great to see you
Val, we
guys.
appreciate you.
Thank
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Val.
Hey, can I say something that just happened right before the call? So I went on Facebook for a second because I know I was gone, and on there was one of my old distributors. She's my daughter's age. That had got off the products. Last week she called me. She's, Kathy, I want to get back on Relive. She ordered it, and now there's one on Facebook, and here's the big cans of the Fiber Store, and the Artifact, and she said, my Relive just came. I'm so excited. I'm so happy.
Wow.
I'm getting back on this Relive. And so my daughter, who knows her, who just got back, and the Relive really healed her she was going to specialists, she was in pain, I don't know, but she got off Relip 2 years ago. Then my daughter comes on and says, yeah, Mom, that was me too. I was off the products. She says, now I'm back on and I don't have any more pain. I don't have to go to specialists anymore. I have no medication. So all I said was, oh, girls, that's music to my ears. But should I do something on there or no, I'll let that go? And
No,
I think 'cause
I would definitely do that. So I'll show you how to do that this weekend because you can now share that post and pin it to the top of your page.
oh, really? Oh,
Yep.
I've never done Facebook once with about Relive.
Yeah.
I'm skeptical because I know the compliance is so strict. So I need to know how I can post things without.
Well, this is the
Getting in
time to talk
trouble.
about it. Yeah, this is the time to talk about it. So as long as you're not making claims, like you can't say, diabetes, cancer, any claims, okay? Even though we have targeted products that are, to address, let's say, glucofect for blood sugar, you can't go on and say things like that. You could, and I don't think at this point, like posting a can of product is going to get a lot of attention.
Right.
But posting stories and videos like Wendy and Buddy, who have lost significant amount of weight, Asmani, who's lost a significant amount of weight, making videos and posting those on their Facebook page. I mean, look at Wendy and Buddy, they have a whole center of influence that know them. Asmani has a whole center of influence that knows them. And so just like Val said, these are your people. Okay. And they're always like, if I see something that somebody I know posts, I click on it. I want to see what they're up to. People are curious. We live through social media now. We don't pick up the phone anymore and say, hey, Mary, how you doing? No, we all do it through Facebook or Instagram or text or whatever. And so basically what you want to do is make those connections. And if you can do that through your Facebook page, and set up a schedule, there's a place right in Facebook when you go to post, okay? Everybody post one thing this week so you can see what I'm talking about. When you go to post, it will ask you, do you want to post this now or do you want to schedule it for later? Then you'll see what I'm saying about scheduling. So let's say Wendy and Buddy make 3 videos this week, okay? And she schedules that video to go out next Tuesday night. All right. She can do that ahead of time. But then on Wednesday or Thursday, she posts it by hand, another video. Okay. So you can set up, what I used to do is schedule my videos ahead of time. So I would schedule for a whole week on Sunday night. And so I'd have my video come out on Tuesday, my video come out on Thursday, my video come out on Sunday night. So that way people got to see it. And then I could look at my statistics and see in the algorithm how many people were looking at those videos, clicking on the videos, and how long they were on them. So there's a place on your Facebook page that you can see how many people have liked your video, how many people. So for each other, if you see Asmani post a video, everybody go and like it. All right. Or same with Wendy and Buddy. We're following Wendy. We should be following each other. Everybody like it because that helps push the algorithm.
Yeah.
And it makes it go up so more and more people start seeing it.
I think making comments too increases that algorithm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. So if anybody wants to make a comment like, great job, Asmani, or, oh my gosh, Buddy and Wendy, way to go,
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of couples out there that would love to do a weight loss program together, but they want it simple. They want it fun. Now, Wendy and Buddy are out there taking a walk together and they got pictures of them walking the dogs or whatever. People are going to be like, oh my gosh, or cooking together, maybe cooking a meal, Buddy's chopping, Wendy's stir frying, whatever. Those attract people's attention. Like, what are they up to? People are nosy. We live in a nosy world, right?
Yeah, they like the behind the scenes things too. Like,
exactly.
What do you do all day?
Yep.
Not just the highlights of this wonderful day you're having. Hit some behind the scenes, make it real.
Yep. You could even make a shake and show them making a shake and then whipping it up and drinking the shake. And, this is what Buddy and I do every day to, maintain our weight or to lose weight, whatever you want to say at this point.
I should
And,
post what,
definitely bring into that you are being coached through this. Okay. You have access to that doctor once a week. So every week, Buddy and I get on and we listen to the doctor. We have private coaching, not private, but coaching. How can we say that? It's not private coaching, but what is it?
no, well, you
One-on-one.
can call it, you can call it weekly coaching calls.
There you go. Weekly coaching calls. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. And that's something that a lot of people are looking for. A lot of people have tried every diet under the sun, right? The ones, believe it or not, that are the most successful are Weight Watchers because people need the accountability. They wanted somebody to tell them what to eat, right?
Yeah.
They want somebody to talk to them about how to do it because left on their own devices, people won't stick to a diet program. So when they find out with this program that there's a weekly coaching call with a doctor, I mean, that sets us apart, guys, because they're not getting that on Weight Watchers. They're not getting that on, any other programs that I know of. So, that's a big deal. And that's something that you should be definitely selling.
Mhm.
And if you too have already became a coach, I think, Wendy, you're a coach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Kathy's a coach. Some of you are coaches. Make sure you said, I became a coach just because, I had so much success with this program. I wanted to help other people. So, all right, guys. Any other questions?
I had a comment actually.
Okay.
If you guys are looking to make a reel, obviously you film it on your camera, and what you can use is an application called CapCut, CapCat. If you look that up, it's for free. I mean, they have a monthly thing, but you can use the free option on it, and you can create. Once you've filmed your video, your short reel, and it's a short reel, probably like maybe 30 seconds to a minute, and you can kind of tailor it, edit it, and then post it into your social media.
And Asmani, thank you for bringing that up because there's another one you can use. If you have an iPhone or an iPad, you can use iMovie. You can download the app of iMovie, and that's actually much easier to use than CapCut because I've tried both of them. And iMovie is simple. I mean, I taught my 12-year-old niece how to use it, and she makes movies for her friends. So iMovie, just download the app. As long as you have an iPhone or an iPad, and you can do it. So as he's saying, use your phone. So Wendy, like you set up your phone somewhere on your, let's say, kitchen counter, and you have it facing down while you're cooking this meal, chopping up, you're seeing your hands or whatever. Then you have Buddy hold it and, film you talking, and then have Buddy put it down on what you're cooking in the pan, and vice versa. That's how you do it. And then once you have that all done, you can put that into the iMovie program and go through and cut out all the bloopers.
Correct.
And what's funny too is after you've got, it all together, you've been doing it for a couple of weeks or a couple months, you can take all your bloopers and put them together, and people love to watch bloopers. Do a blooper reel. Say, okay, guys, I'm new at, making reels. I've, never done this before, but Buddy and I are having so much success with our weight loss program, and we're having fun cooking together that I thought I would put some of the bloopers together for you guys to enjoy at our expense or
That would be
something
nice.
like that.
Yeah.
Especially now as we're getting close to the holidays, kids, okay? Coming up with, maybe holiday, like a good pumpkin bread recipe that maybe you're using monk fruit in it instead of regular sugar. People are looking for those things. They're searching Pinterest and things like that. And you can say, hey guys, we're getting ready to go into the holidays, and just like the freshman 15, the holiday 15 is coming, and I can help you really navigate through the holidays. And that's a great, just even subject line. Let me help you navigate your weight through the holidays.
Yeah.
Just think about how many people you can reach. Now, this does not take place of you guys making individual calls and talking to people, texting people, setting appointments, doing shake parties, whatever it may be. Remember, right now, your window is very small before you're going to lose people's attention because of the holidays coming up. So I don't know what you've been doing on a daily basis, but you have to say, am I doing enough every day that I'm going to have my goal, whatever it be, 5 people, 10 people, whatever it may be there in November. Okay. So what are you doing to accomplish that? Are you calling people every day and setting appointments? Are you calling people like we talked about a couple weeks ago to set in-home shake parties for them? Are you calling people to invite them? Are you getting the flyers out? Are you emailing them out? I emailed them to, I think, all of you. Are you emailing them out to people and then following up with a phone call? Hey, Mary, I emailed you a flyer. Don't know if you opened it. Because a lot of people, believe it or not, I know I'm one of those people. I look at my email once a week. Some people, they don't, it's an old email and they don't use it all the time. So did you get my email? Oh no, I didn't even open my email. Oh gosh, you got to go take a look at it. This is, I think, something that you and Bill would be interested in. Buddy and I've lost 45 pounds together, and I thought you guys might want to come in and, enjoy the information with us on the November 15th. So just anything like that. When you could even have people over now to your place and do a little cooking segment, you and Buddy, like one of your what I eat in a day, that would be fun, and then serve them dinner.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, lots of ways that you can, there's
Certainly
little
do.
ways to, huh?
Certainly do know enough people that need to lose weight.
My goodness, who doesn't?
Oh my God, yeah. And
Yeah.
what story did I hear? You guys must have heard it too. A woman who was seriously underweight. Did anyone hear that story? She gained 38 pounds
If
Oh,
we live, if they
Yeah.
live fit.
with a
Yeah, I
on
heard
this
that. Yeah,
program.
I heard that
That's
one.
Julie,
amazing.
her name is Julie something.
Amazing.
Her
That's
name is
awesome.
Julie.
The call that, I always call them calls, the Zoom that Val does, Valerie Opie, on Monday nights. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, that is so motivational.
Yeah.
You could get people on, you could just say to people in a little text, I have something so motivating. If you want to lose weight, join this Zoom tonight at, whatever time. And let them, and then if you like what you see, text me back and we'll get together. So you could be doing things that are that simple while you're sitting in the car, you're sitting waiting for your nails to dry, or, whatever it may be. You can just start texting people, those kind of things, the Zoom information.
That is such a great blurb. Debbie, you're the master of those those blurbs. Just remember, guys, that this is being recorded, so I'm going to send this out after it's done.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Definitely. All right, so just be careful though if you join Facebook groups like Val said. A lot of them it says you can't, that you have to meet their criteria, and a lot of them will say you can't market, you can't sell, you can't. So a lot of these groups you can't go on and start talking about your product. Oh, I've lost weight, or I'm taking this product or whatever. So you just got to be really careful about that. That's why I feel like your own inner circle is the best group. And for those of you who've been around a while, go into your downline organizer and start looking at all the people that you've, had on the product at one point. I don't know if you all have kept a list of the people you've talked to over the years. I know Kathy has notebooks of them. And you can go back and start calling them. I talked to Michelle Nesbitt today, and she was talking about that, her goal is to talk to 5 new people a day. Remember Tom Pinnock's penny? One in the
Yeah.
pocket, one in the.
Yeah.
So her goal is to talk to 5 new people a day. This is so exciting. Getting on these calls and seeing Zooms and seeing people lose this amount of weight is exciting. And like she said today, like I have so many people in my group that would love to lose weight. She said, it's just reaching out to everybody. So she said, my goal is to try to talk to 5 people a day in my downline. So go into your downline organizer and, you can send emails. But what I'm finding, I tried to send emails out about this Zoom tonight, but a lot of the emails are coming back because people have changed those email addresses. They were like maybe at Comcast. Well, they're not on Comcast anymore. Maybe they changed their TV to Spectrum, so they're not getting the emails. So, but most people keep the same phone number. That's why I'm saying text them.
Text them,
Go
yeah.
into your downline organizer. Don't rely on that email because it may not work or they may not open it, but take the phone number and text them. And you can say something like, hey, Mary, I'm reaching out because Rela's bringing a East Coast conference in. We have a weight loss program that's just unbelievable. Buddy and I've lost 45 pounds. I just wanted to kind of touch base with you and see if it's something you'd like to come in and learn more about. Dr. Amon's going to be there. And she might say, well, who's Dr. Amon? Oh, you got to come and meet him. Hey, Dr. Galvez is on tonight at 8:30, guys.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
So
We
we
gotta
got
get on.
15 minutes.
15 minutes. I
Just-
wanna say something real quickly.
Yeah.
We are planning to get into churches and like try to do a presentation after the church meeting with maybe the health people who are in the health ministry there. I was talking to Osmani, and I know there are certain things that we don't want them to think we are selling. We want to just be giving like education, information, and things like that. So we were trying to figure out if our call, like the last one especially, where we didn't really show a lot of video or we didn't show any video, if that will be a good presentation to do at a church.
I don't know because I wasn't on it.
You didn't see that one. Good.
No, I didn't
Okay.
see that one. Yeah.
All right. So but we're trying to, plan what we could say and do there because we don't want people to think that we are selling.
Yeah.
That's the main
Well,
thing.
I mean, you could make your own video with your phone, you and Pastor Michelle, and you could just go and talk about, listen, I know a lot of people are praying for answers, whether it be for better health or to increase their finances. And maybe you have loved ones that, are also need, prayer or need better health or need extra income. And that's one of the reasons we wanted to bring this to the congregation, because Michelle and I have been part of something. You can say however long you've been doing it, however long Michelle's been doing it. And this is what's happened to me. So Angela, you tell your story, Michelle tells her story. And, that to me is not selling. That is
Right.
Educating people, lifting people up, inspiring people, helping people. And, like Kathy says all the time, I listen to her all the time when she talks to people in church. She said, this is my ministry, because it is.
Yes, that's what I used to do.
Yeah, her ministry, because she's out there to try to make a difference. And you
Yeah.
can say that, our company's been a part of the biggest group of difference makers, and that's what you love about this company, is that you really can watch people change right in front of you. It may take a couple weeks, it may take a couple months, but you get to be a witness to
Yeah.
a life-changing benefit for somebody that
Definitely.
you know or don't know. And I mean, goodness gracious, what a better gift can you give somebody? So, I mean, that's kind of how my approach would be.
Right,
A
right.
slide presentation, I
I don't think
always
I'll do that at church. Mm-mm.
yeah, exactly. I think you're
Right.
better off doing like, more of like we just said, kind of like the Vanna White thing, standing up and talking to people.
And sharing the
Kathy,
stories.
yeah, Kathy, what are your thoughts? Because you do this all the time.
You're muted.
You're muted, Kath.
I never mixed my Christian walk with the relive because I felt like people are going to think I'm selling things. So all those
Right.
years, I didn't tell anybody, a few people from my churches. So what I did this time, I'm in a new church now. So what I did this time, I said, all right, I typed out, I was at Bible study on a Wednesday night, and this guy does, outdoor work like my son. So I was complaining. I says, I've been on this product for 31 years, but my son gets great results. You should try it. So he says, you've been on something for 31 years and you've never told anybody here about it? I said, no. I says, I always feel funny. He says, well, we want to be healthy too. So what I did was I made an envelope. I typed a sheet of paper. I said, I was at Bible study tonight. Just what happened. And I said, I'm sorry I haven't told anybody about this. I says, but this is what I'm on. I says, this is what it does. Like it cleanses your body, just a few things, that the Now does and everything like that, and it's what my family's results were. I put that in an envelope and I put their name on it. I says, here, open this up when you get home. Because I still feel funny about doing something. I won't do it during the service. I won't. But now I've got and it took one person, Gloria, a few times, but finally she did, and she orders, now I have probably 5 of them, on the products, one from high blood pressure, it's not always the, whatever they target, whatever they need, and they see me, and they say, you're 77, and I'm just not flirting, I'm just floating around, and everything, and I'm always happy, and I says, well, when your body is well, you're happy,
Yes.
I said, so that's what I do, and it's been working out,
Oh, good.
yeah, so.
One of
He
the
and I
things
went into a church, and we did a presentation, and she had a table in the back of it. So some churches will let you do it. Sometimes we do it in the Bible study, like after. You can do things like that and ask people, say the different churches say, how do you feel? Like you're not selling anything, you're telling people. You don't have
Right.
cans in the back where you're exchanging money.
Yeah, or at church conferences, they let people have tables, and and you can even say, I don't even have any products here to buy. I said, I just need to tell you how my life has changed. I say the Lord, because the Lord did bring it into my
Of
life.
course,
I
definitely.
would have never.
That's how I feel also.
Yeah, well, say that, but if there's ever a conference or anything like that, a women's conference, I'm sure they'll have tables there, selling this, selling that, whatever, but you could be the different one. You're not there to sell, but you're there to share with them.
Yeah.
I say, I'm so sorry I didn't tell you all this time about it, but, I felt kind of funny because